Did you know that the Instant Pot can make popcorn? You can use your Instant Pot to add your popcorn kernels into, and you can just stir it up on high saute, and you can make popcorn wherever you are. Now, we just usually buy microwave popcorn, but you can actually do this with microwave popcorn if you don't have a microwave, or you can do it with popcorn kernels. As you can see here, I'm just adding my popcorn kernels to the Instant Pot. I'm adding a glass lid to the top of the pot, just waiting for things to pop. You can also shake the Instant Pot a little bit. There's no issue doing this because it's not pressure cooking, and you can make popcorn wherever you go. Next, did you know that you can turn off the sounds on your Instant Pot? The Instant Pot makes sounds whenever you press any of the buttons, whenever you take the lid on and off, and when it's done pressure cooking. If you've got like a sleeping baby or you just don't want it to make all those sounds all the time, all you need to do is press the minus button on the interface and hold it until it says S off, which means sound off. Now, when you do this, you do need to be a little bit careful that you're aware that the sounds are off. Otherwise, if you're pressure cooking something and you forget about it, then something in there might overcook. To turn the sounds back on your Instant Pot, all you need to do is press the plus button, and then the sounds will come right back on. Next, I bet you didn't know that you can pre-make your meals in an Instant Pot liner, store them in your fridge, take them out of your fridge when you're ready to cook them, and place them in your Instant Pot so they're ready to cook. One great example of this is my Kahlua pork recipe. You don't have to marinate the pork really, but it tastes a lot better and it's easier if you do. So you can marinate the pork inside of the liner. You can either chop it up into big cubes, or you can just add the whole pork butt into the Instant Pot, cover it with all the rest of the things, put it in the fridge, put a lid on it, and then the next day you can cook it for 2.5 hours or whatever, and then it's done and delicious. So easy. This is one way to make a dump and go Instant Pot meal even faster if you don't have that time to prep it the day that you're going to cook. For example, you can do all of the ingredients in the Instant Pot liner if it's a dump and go type of recipe, put a lid on it, and then put it in your fridge, and then you can put it in your Instant Pot and set the timer for it to cook. Now, when you do this, the Instant Pot liner and the food is going to be cold, so it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. However, it's very convenient if you're low on time and you just want to prepare something the night before and then put it in when you get home from work. It's very easy. Next, this is something that a lot of newer Instant Pot users don't know, even if they've had their Instant Pot a long time, is that you can actually place the lid on the base of the Instant Pot. You can put it onto either side of the pot, which makes it very convenient for, if you have a hot lid or if there's condensation on it, you don't have to place it on the counter. It's also really nice if you have like a potluck going on, like a crock pot lid. If you have a lid, you have to like put it somewhere else, but with the Instant Pot, you can put the lid right on the base on either side, and it's very convenient to have it there. Next, did you know that you can proof bread dough in the Instant Pot? This is something that I love because here in Salt Lake City, it gets really cold like for most of the year. And if you want to bake bread, you know that you need to let it rise in a warm location. Now, you can let it rise like in your oven if your oven has a proof cycle, or like I've seen, you can do it in the microwave, but it's really nice to put it in the Instant Pot because it's a nice enclosed, draft-free, warm place where the bread is going to rise like at least double as fast because it's like a really nice low warm temperature, and it's just like so fast to proof bread in the Instant Pot. All you need to do is first spray your Instant Pot liner with some nonstick spray, or you can use some oil or something. You just want to grease it so then your dough doesn't stick, and then you can add your dough directly into the Instant Pot. If you have a big batch of bread dough, you can do that. Today I just have these little rolls, these little Rhodes rolls that were frozen, and I'm going to place them in the Instant Pot so then I don't have to wait nearly as long for them to rise. After they're done rising, this only took about 1.5 hours versus the bag that says 2 or 3 hours. Then I can bake them off as normal, and you've got baked bread, fresh, way faster. Something else you may not know is that I have 2 Instant Pot cookbooks, and this is the latest one. It's called Enjoy 101 Plus Pressure Cooker Recipes for Everyone. This cookbook has pictures on every single page. It's got a coil binding so that it lays flat. It also has a cool QR code that you can see on every single recipe that takes you to either a full blog post with tons of tips and context or a full YouTube tutorial video. There's also lots of pictures, stories, amazing recipes, and I know you're going to love it. So if you use the code YouTube today, I'm giving $3 off, and that includes free shipping, all the fees included within the United States, and I can't wait to ship it to you tomorrow. Next, this is something that I really love to do. Did you know that you can use the Instant Pot as a portable double boiler? I love this because especially during the holidays and things, if you want to use a double boiler to melt chocolate or to, make a custard or something like that, a lot of times, there's only so much stove space or there's only so much counter space in the kitchen to do those things, especially if you're like candy making with a lot of people. So if you take your Instant Pot and you just place water inside of the liner, then you can put a bowl that's bigger than the liner on top of it. Then you can put the Instant Pot on the saute function, which is either like on low or medium. You want to add like a simmer, and that will melt your chocolate perfectly, and there's no risk of it burning, and you can kind of place it wherever you have an outlet. Now, this has been so nice whenever we do like candy apples or we do chocolate covered strawberries, anything like that, or like, when the kids want to make something together and I don't want them directly right over the stove, this is a great way to use your Instant Pot. Next, did you know that you can make homemade yogurt in your Instant Pot? This is so incredibly easy. It only takes 2 or 3 ingredients, whether you want it unsweetened or sweetened, and it only takes about a day and a half to make perfect, delicious homemade yogurt where all the ingredients are fresh, exactly the macros that you used, and it is so good. It's affordable and it's inexpensive. It's so wonderful to make it at home. My kids absolutely love it. I have a full recipe video that you can watch right here on how to make no boil Instant Pot yogurt. It's so simple. You really don't have to do anything but like mix, push a button, and wait. That's really all you have to do. So definitely try and make some Instant Pot yogurt. I know it sounds weird, but it's honestly amazing. Next, this is something I haven't done in a really, really long time because my kids are no longer babies, but did you know that you can sterilize baby bottles in the Instant Pot? You obviously want to start with a clean, sterile liner, but then you just add some water and your clean baby bottles into the Instant Pot, and then you just put them on high pressure for about 1 or 2 minutes, and then you can completely sterilize them. All you need to do is dry them, and they're a lot safer to use for your babies. Next, something that I really love to do all the time is to make homemade bone broth in the Instant Pot. This is so much faster than doing it in a crock pot or on the stove, and it's much safer, I think, because then you don't have to, babysit like an open flame on your stove top. You just have to place all your ingredients into the Instant Pot, press a couple buttons, and wait a couple hours, and you have amazing, nourishing, healthy bone broth. Again, I also have a full recipe video for this. I'll link it right here, but it's so amazing to make delicious broth using ingredients or scraps you already had. Next, you can make drain-free noodle or pasta or ramen dishes using your Instant Pot. This is really helpful if you have any kind of condition or circumstances where you can't lift an entire pot of boiling water, or something's too heavy to drain, or it might be a safety concern. It's also really good to help get kids in the kitchen without any kind of, any scurry like boiling water and issues like that. So you can see a ton of my recipe videos. I've got ramen, mac and cheese, noodles, Alfredo, all the things where you don't have to drain the water for making these noodle dishes. Because the noodles in the Instant Pot absorb that water, you don't have to drain anything. It makes it incredibly simple to use and very delicious. Next, this is a question that I get a lot, is that you can actually reheat food in the Instant Pot if you don't have a microwave on hand, or if you're like camping or doing something. Now, I do think this is kind of a cumbersome way of doing this, but if you have a full, Instant Pot liner full of soup that you want to reheat for the next day, you can just put the whole liner back into the Instant Pot. You can either put it on the slow cook feature on high for a couple hours and it will like reheat, or you can put it on saute and that will just reheat it, just like if you were putting a pot of soup on the stove. Or you can even add like some additional liquid if you have something else that you've cooked, and you can pressure cook it on low pressure for a couple minutes and that will reheat everything through. So this is an option that you can use on your Instant Pot. It's not like the best option, I think. It does take a little bit more time and dishes, but it's something that you can do if you're in a pinch. Next, did you know that you can make dulce de leche in your Instant Pot? This is very easy and kind of a fun little recipe hack. All you have to do is take a can of closed sweetened condensed milk, take the wrapper off of it, and then we're basically just going to cook it in the Instant Pot until it makes a really delicious, rich, dark caramel. So we're going to put this can directly into the Instant Pot and then cover it with water until the water hits the max line. Today I'm using my 3-quart Instant Pot, so obviously it uses less water, but the most important thing is to just cover the can of sweetened condensed milk. Next, place the lid on the Instant Pot. Make sure that sealing knob is in the sealing position. And then all you need to do is pressure cook this on high pressure for 20 to 30 minutes, or you can even do like 15 minutes if you want it like really, really light, like just very lightly dulce de leche. But if you want kind of a standard dulce de leche, then I say about 25 minutes is really good. And then you just allow it to have a full natural pressure release. And then you've got to be careful because the can is very hot. So carefully remove the hot can of sweetened condensed milk out of the Instant Pot, allow it to cool completely, and then when you open it up, you'll have a can of dulce de leche. It may look a little bit like chunky or like not separated, but it might not be completely smooth as soon as you open it. All you need to do is just whisk it or stir it with a spoon for a couple minutes, and then it'll be nice, silky smooth. With this dulce de leche, you can put it on cakes, ice cream, pancakes, anything. It's just like a very delicious sweet caramel syrup. I hope you enjoyed all these things that I bet you didn't know the Instant Pot could do. If you have your own tips or tricks or anything else that you thought of that I didn't mention today, please leave them in the comments so we can help our other fellow Instant Pot cooks out there. And if you like this video, make sure you watch this one next, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, bye.